This was the first marathon I finished in 2013, 4 hours and 35 minutes. This is the only marathon that I actually ran. Like most of it, I actually ran. I was 28, so there's that. The second marathon I did, I was a little cocky. I didn't train as much. I didn't sleep enough the night before. I was working till 10 p.m. the night before. I ended up cramping on mile 12 and it just didn't stop. Right when I got on Kalaniano'ole Highway, knowing I had to go all the way to Hawaii Kai Costco and back, I was done. I wanted to give up. It was horrible. I think 7.5 was my finish time on this one. 2021, I learned from the previous marathon I did. I did a little more intentional training and research for this one. Tried to build a course map for myself. I did some research, looked on YouTube. This one was just under 7 hours, 6:50 something. So I shaved some time off of my previous finish. It was still painful and it sucked. At least I wasn't cramping as much as before, but it still sucked. This one I knew. I went into this one thinking, I'm good. I already have a decent, respectable I'm not a marathon runner, so running a marathon under 5 hours, that's a win for me. It's respectable, right? Going into this one, I already knew I'm not gonna try and do what I did in this time. This one, I'm now 37 years old. I'm not 28, I'm not that dude. I went into this one knowing the course. I'm very familiar. I had 3 finishes behind me. I live in Hawaii on this island, so I'm very familiar with the course. Familiarity really helps because you know what to look for and you can build landmarks and mini victories and mini finish lines before the finish line. But this one, I went into it knowing I'm just gonna finish it. It's the 50th anniversary. My family, in-laws are here from Japan. We're all gonna finish it together. This was more of a fun one that I actually, on this one, I did a story every mile as well.
Mile 1, I was actually going 4 miles an hour.
So if you're following me at the time, you might have saw me giving updates on my Instagram stories every single mile. I enjoyed this one a little bit more. In fact, the most. And let's talk about last Sunday when I got this one. Given this isn't the full marathon, it's a start to park. It's 10 kilometers, 6 miles. This one was more for the family. Our daughters, ages 7 and 6. This one you can walk literally for 2 hours, right? 20-minute miles, do it 6 times. You literally spend the same amount of time watching a movie, but you're just walking. You're doing it with thousands of other people out there. It's amazing. Why am I bringing this up? Because look, you can run to the finish, or you can walk to the finish. You took one step after the other and we all covered the same distance. Different times, but the same difference. And that's important when it comes to content creation. One video after the other, over and over again, and we're all getting to that finish line. The finish line is up to you, right? Like, what is your finish line? It might be a certain amount of followers. I think a better finish line is personal. It doesn't depend on other people clicking a button or not. It depends on you clicking post. It depends on you clicking share. So I think you should have your own marathon of sorts. And I would like to challenge you to post 26 videos on YouTube this year. If you've posted 26 videos on your YouTube channel by 2025 Honolulu Marathon, I didn't think this through. I don't have any prize or medal for you. Trust me, if you do this, if you actually do this, you're not gonna want anything from me, anybody else. You've done it for you, right? That is the medal. When you open up YouTube Studio and look at your channel with 26 videos up there, that's the medal. And it doesn't matter how fast you get there. You're young, you got a lot of energy, you make 26 videos, post them in the first 26 days. January 27th, you're like, I'm done. Or you can go and enjoy it. You can bring people along and still get to your 26 videos. 26 miles or 26 videos, it's one step after the other. You go at your own pace, and the biggest prize is not something you put around your neck that's shiny and gold or whatever. It's who you became in the process. Let me just address a fear right now. You've already ran a marathon. I know your feet have moved your body a total of 26.2 miles this year. Let's just say in between your car and the door of the store you're going to, cumulatively over the year, I think you have walked, if not a marathon, at least a 10K. You've done it already. Just like you've probably already posted a lot of video. I guarantee you've taken a lot of video and you've posted a lot of video, but it might be here and there, spontaneous, not planned. All this is a marathon or creating a YouTube channel. All it is really is performing in a specified time in a specified place. The challenge is to do it on YouTube in 2025. And the prize is you looking at YouTube Studio in December of 2025, looking at the change, looking at all the steps you've taken. Psych, I lied. You're not by yourself. In this year's Honolulu Marathon, I believe there's 35,000 participants. You know how many millions? In fact, I'm gonna look it up. How many millions of YouTube channels are there? Oh, wow, look at that. First answer I'm getting from tubix.com. As of 2022, there are more than 51 million YouTube channels out there. The number of channels is growing strong. Last year, it grew by 36%. People all around the world are creating a YouTube channel. and uploading 500 hours of video every minute. That's on one source, but I keep scrolling. I see another one. YouTube stats, everything you need to know, 2024. This is wyzowl.com. This one is December 3rd, 2024, so last week. There are more than 114 million active YouTube channels. I get with the math with that. If in 2022 there were 51 million, growing at 36% year over year, would that mean in 2024 there was 114 million? We're in a race with 100 million people. And I'll tell you, being on the streets of Honolulu, being surrounded by other people on their own journey, taking their own steps, one after the other, I think it was this one, my most painful, in my second marathon and my most painful one. Kalanianole Highway, probably mile 12 or 13. I was done. I wanted to die. I'm limping, mind you. It was mentally tough knowing I wasn't even at halfway point and my legs were done. In that depth of despair, what I remember the most, this guy just jogging next to me, taps me on the shoulder, looks up at me, and he's like, "You got this, man." A complete stranger wanted to support another complete stranger. Words of support. That's all. And he kept walking. And so as the distance grows in between us, as he gets smaller and smaller on the horizon, from my point of view, the pain, it kind of went away. I'm gonna be honest, like maybe the pain didn't go away, but I didn't focus on it and I didn't experience and feel it the same way I had been previous to him just tapping me on the shoulder and saying, "Hey, you got this." I don't even know this guy. I probably never see him again. That's not the point. The point is, he saw someone on the same journey he was on and spent some of his energy to big up another guy who needed it. It happened again, probably around the 24-ish mile, like when you're already in Kahala, all the big nice houses and stuff. The last uphill segment, you're going up towards Diamond Head and around, like somewhere in that stretch. At this point, it's hot. The sun is high. It's hot. I'm done. Like my legs are done, right? Again, a stranger. I think this one was a butt tap, actually, now that I think about it. You know, like in sports, when good job. Like it was like a butt tap or a lower hip or something. It's like, what? Same thing. We're almost there. Words of encouragement from a stranger who's on the same path as you. Unsolicited, no expectation. These words, this energy, this love that is given to you by a complete stranger. What I experienced in that marathon is what a lot of us experience when you're running, not with 35,000s, not with thousands of people, with millions of people. These kinds of things will happen to you too as you start your journey. It's not going to happen to you if you're at the finish line with signs waving someone on. It's not going to happen to you if you never register for the race and never commit. It's not going to happen to you if you never cross the start line. I guarantee it will happen to you when you're in the trenches, in pain, doubting yourself, wanting to quit. This will happen to you. For those of you who are way past 26 miles, way past 26 videos, maybe this is your 26th year. What do you have to say to the person who's doing it for the first time? Let us know in the comments. What do you have to say to the person who's crossing the start line for the first time? Mahalo.
60p F22 100% 下げるんじゃなくて大体ちょっと電化かという報告です。Start editing using what I've got here. 先生と生徒がこうやって一緒になって作品を作るという環境もそうですし、好きなことを通して充実した時間が過ごせるって僕にとって本当に幸せなことですね。That last mile was the hardest, but I ran that. For all my fellow finishers and my future finishers, thanks for watching. Thanks for running with me. お疲れ様でした。